Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today, as we are 24 hours removed from the absolute calamity and joke of last night, and to sum up the last 3 years under this new ownership at Chelsea Football Club. I say new ownership, it's been a 3-year ownership and it's been an absolute travesty. So, as I said yesterday in my review, and if you haven't caught it, go and watch it, but I'd never done a review during the game before, and said what I needed to say in relation to what needs to happen, and where we are, and why enough is enough, and why the owners need to set up and get out the football club. Which, by the way, I want to emphasize all of BlueCo, not just a part of BlueCo. Some people think it's a good idea to just get Clearlake to hand it all over to Todd Boehly. One, I don't think Todd Boehly can go out and just afford to buy Chelsea Football Club as a whole, right? That's one. Because if not, he probably would have done it off the offset and not need Clearlake's backing in order to come in as majority to get the consortium up and running. That's one. Two, he's not responsible for what's gone on as well? Why is everyone painting him to be, not everyone, some, but I have to address the some because I feel like we need to get an understanding as a fan base here. What, he's innocent all of a sudden? Who was the one that went and splashed everything at the very beginning and acted as sporting director instead of actually going to get a sporting director? Todd Boehly. Who is the one who most recently has come out with the whole ticketing scandal because he's on the board of directors of Vivid Seats? Todd Boehly. It's clear as day, as far as I'm concerned, that even as current chairman of the football club. Who is the chairman of Chelsea Football Club right now? It's not Iqbali. Iqbali's turn comes after 5 years. And that's well documented. Todd Boehly for the first 5 years, Iqbali for the next 5 years. That is meant to be what happens, right, in their ownership. Now all of a sudden Todd Boehly doesn't have any blame. You do know everyone has to sign off on it. Iqbali, Feliciano, Todd Boehly. They all have to sign off on decisions made at this football club. So they can all, just as they all came in, they can all get out. They can all just leave, pack up your bags and go. Thank you very much. So, bearing that in mind, we now have something that I want to show you. And this is important. Because after the game yesterday, things started to get into motion. The away fans that went to Brighton yesterday who got absolutely mugged off as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, absolutely mugged off. And they were fuming. Many of them left long before the end of the game. And correctly so. There were whispers that were starting to get into motion. Things were starting to mobilize. Then we started to see things popping up on social media. And now we've had, I say someone, but I can confirm that there were, as I've said, whispers happening from fans that were at the game. And things were starting to materialize. Then we saw this, which I'm about to show you. And now we have an official date, time, and place for the protest. BlueCo out. Let's get into it. Fullington Fulbright, this account. Right? Whether that's an alias or whether that's a real name, I doubt it. But says, okay, I've got about 7 followers. Not a single big account will call a protest despite me prompting them to all week. So I'll call it. Help me spread far and wide. Tuesday, 25th versus Southampton, 6 p.m. outside the Bovril gate. And correctly so. I want to clarify one thing. Because I know there are people, viewers, on channels like mine, that are looking to people like us to call a protest. Let me tell you, that's actually been done before. And it didn't work. Something like this needs to come organically, especially from, and I like to call them, we're talking the real proper Chelsea. And when I say real proper Chelsea, they know who I'm referring to. Yeah? Can give a wink onto that. If you know, you know. Real proper Chelsea. These owners won't know about real proper Chelsea. They just won't. They just won't. They don't know about heritage. They ain't got a clue. It has to come organically. This is why I was saying we were hearing whispers from last night's game and the fans that went to the game that, okay, things are starting to get into motion. And then we saw this. And now we've got this. So let's show you. Time to protest. Clear Lake out. BlueCo out. 25th of Feb 2025, 6 p.m. outside Bovril Gate. It's happening. Ladies and gentlemen, first protest. I say first protest because if these owners think that it's just going to be a one-time thing, with all due respect, yeah, Chelsea fans, I feel like are being underestimated here. In terms of when a line is crossed with Chelsea fans, as far as I'm concerned, you've entered a territory you don't want to enter. Chelsea fans can be pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed, but once it actually blows over, oh boy, oh boy. And this is why I say, these owners don't understand the heritage or the history. And I say, the history of the Chelsea fan base. We're not even talking Chelsea Football Club here. Leave the players and the accomplishments and all of that and the history of that on its own. The Chelsea fan base, oh boy, you've underestimated our lot. Oh boy, you have. So, I say the first, because it will be the first of many. This ain't going to be a one-time thing. Unless if these owners listen on the first instance, which I doubt they're going to do. But they'll pay attention to this because they have to. And because their backing says they have to. Their investors who they're meant to be looking after says they have to. Their reputation and image says they have to. So, this will be the first of many. This is the beginning. 25th February, in 10 days' time. Chelsea, Southampton at the Bridge, 6 p.m. Why I said what I said earlier on, it's not going to be something to start from us. But when it starts organically, it will be on us to push it. So that's what I'm doing now. It's been called. It's come organically. Oh, well, I'm here to aggregate the hell out of it then. It's done. It's happening. Well, boy, it's happening. 25th of Feb, Chelsea, Southampton, 6 p.m. It says Bovril Gate. For those that haven't been to the Bridge, Bovril Gate is the middle gate in between the two main gates of Stamford Bridge. You've got the Britannia Gate, which is the main entrance. As you get to Stamford Bridge, you see the stadium, Chelsea Football Club, and all that. That's Britannia Gate. If you keep going, you go to the side of the hotels, right, Millennium and Copthorne, you'll find that's the Stamford Gate. And that's normally where the away fans enter because their stand at the shed end. They can get into their section through that end. So there's the two ends. Those are the two ends. But Bovril Gate is this small gate, right, in the middle, which is always locked. So if mobilizing starts there, it starts there. But then I think it's got to move to the main areas. If I'm just giving an opinion here. But Bovril Gate is the assembly point, 6 p.m, Chelsea, Southampton, 25th of Feb. It's official. So everyone do their absolute utmost. If you're local, you're in and around the area, you're there, you go to games often, be there. Be there. BlueCo out. Get this going. Let's go. Let's go. So, that's happening. Going to be interesting. Now, that's that. Let's move to bits and pieces that I want to clarify before we end the video. We heard this, right? What I'm about to show you by Matt Law a while ago. Here it is. May 21st, 2024. Yeah? After Pochettino got sacked. Chelsea's next manager will be under pressure to deliver Champions League football and compete for trophies. Matt Law's words, not mine. Yeah? Simon Johnson today comes out with this. Enzo Maresca was told he was not expected to qualify for Champions League until next season. Chelsea are happy with the job he's done so far, and there is also sympathy for the injuries. Do you understand now why I say what I say about journalists? This is a prime example. This is a prime example of why I tell you guys these owners absolutely care about their image. Because this is all PR and waffle. That's it. They want to tell the fans what they want to hear. At first, they want to make it look like, yeah, we want to compete. We're here to win. So let them know. And then when things go south, okay, we've got to somehow limit this damage. Damage limitation. Try and paint it look like everything's okay. Yeah, let them know, no, Champions League football, that's next season. That's not this season, that's next season. But who briefed what they briefed to Matt Law, and who briefed what they briefed to Simon Johnson? The same people. The club. I say the club. I hate to say the club, because it's not the club. You lot are not the club. You lot are not the club. The club's bigger than you. The club's bigger than all of us. We'll still be here whilst you lot are gone. And the club will still be here whilst all of us have gone. The club is bigger than everybody. So I don't want to say the club. That's wrong of me to say. I'm not going to say that. Don't say the club, actually. Yeah? Don't. These are not the club. This is BlueCo. That's it. They created a company to represent the consortium, and that is BlueCo. That is the problem here, and these are the ones making all the calls and the decisions. These lot are the ones feeding the PR. Letting the briefs come out to the journalists. Go on, you lot feed them that. You feed them this one. You tell the public that, and let's see what happens. They're the ones pulling the strings to all their puppets. And these journalists are nothing more than puppets. They're not journalists, they're puppets. They're in it for their career, and they're in it to remain in people's good books, and they're in it to just make sure that they keep getting paid. They keep getting their salaries. They keep getting, they sustain their careers. That's it. That's it. That's it. They don't want to interrupt that. Oh, I don't want to get into trouble. So I'm just going to say, yeah, yes, sir. No problem, sir. Hey, is this the brief, sir? This is the brief, sir? Have I got to read all these pages, sir? Oh, no, it's just that one page, sir. All right, no problem, sir. I'll get this out for you, sir. Would you like anything else, sir? Would you like a tea or coffee, sir? How many sugars with that, sir? Would you like me to get you an extra spoon, sir? Would you like me to mix that for you, sir? Would you like me to feed you a croissant into your mouth, sir? How about that, sir? Would you like more, sir? No problem. Call me if you need anything, sir. That's what these journalists are now. Simple as that. Simple as that. So, PR. These owners absolutely care about their image. Absolutely do. They've invested a lot of time and effort, and need probably even money, to make sure that their image stays intact. But they fail to realize that can only go so far. And we're built of a different fabric, a fabric that you're not familiar with, my guys. You're not familiar. You came into the wrong business. Simple as that. In the wrong country, with the wrong crowd. And boy, did you choose the wrong club. Boy, you should have chose Brighton. But you didn't choose Brighton. You knew you couldn't choose Brighton. Because Chelsea has all the advantages that you want in a business. And then you want to try and leverage the Brighton model. Well, let's talk about what some people are now starting to say in relation to this. Here's Jason Cundy, who spoke. Jason Cundy saying football doesn't wait. It's about the here and now. I'm going to quote Thomas Tuchel on that as well. There is no long term without the short term. This whole BS about, it's for the future, it's a project. Trust the process. Shout out to Johnny. It's true. Trust the protest. That's all we're going to trust at this point. Because everything has been gutted, left, right, and centre. And it won't get better. It won't get better. Because these lot are not thinking on a football level. They're thinking only and solely on a monetary level. It's as simple as that. And this is why Patty says this, which I agree. Unless there are protests, riots, banners against Clearlake, everyone at the board are chill about it. And again, I want to stress this, BlueCo. At first, everyone was like, oh, Todd Bowley's the owner of Chelsea Football Club. And no one mentioned Clearlake. Now everything's actually gone completely wrong. Everyone wants to remember Clearlake and ignore Todd Bowley. Listen, they came as one, they can all leave as one. Clearlake and Todd Bowley. Egbali, Feliciano, and Todd Bowley. All of these guys, they're all in it together. These are the ones. You all need to get out. Now this, and again, I'm not advocating for flipping chaos, right? But protests, right? Protests against these lot are absolutely what's necessary, because what you said here is correct. If there isn't any outrage or any protest or anyone being vocal, these lot are just going to chill. Of course they're going to chill, because their blueprint is in motion. What they've wanted to do, they're doing. They're happy. We're not happy, but they're happy. They're happy. They're cool. If it was down to them, they'll just keep going. It's not a problem. This is why we need to do something now. Enough's enough. No more waiting. Now is the time. I ain't trying to find out, linger and just wait and see what's going to happen. No. We've done enough of that. But like Jason Cundian said, like everyone in their right mind knows, you got to deal with the now. And then the long term will come. Sustain yourselves now, and you'll be able to sustain yourself later. Do what's right now. Get the balance right now. Get everything in motion now, and then you can think about how to keep that going. We had everything in terms of that balance. We had a Champions League winning team. Everything was stripped. Not just the team, the football club was stripped. Not even the flipping tea lady survived. The groundsman of 33 years got kicked out, him and his son. You know, it's insane. People need to speak. And I'm going to say this as well, right? Because, okay, protest has been called. We've got a date, time, and location. Fantastic. Now, leave it to us. Now it's our turn to do our jobs, right? Of getting word out to as many people as we possibly can, yeah? Because if it's happening organically, fantastic. Now we're going to try and maximize on this. I want to say this, and I want to say this as a message to everybody who is on a platform, who has a channel, who has an account, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Twitter or X, whether it's on Instagram, whether it's on TikTok. Whether it's on Snapchat, whether it's on flipping, I don't know. What are some of the other platforms? I mean, probably no one's even there. No one cares. Like, what is it? Blue Sky? Come on, no one's on there. If everyone on their own individual account just said the truth and what needs to be done, that's it. Everyone's job is done. Nothing else needs to happen. That is going to be the way how we all collectively get the maximum reach. Is if I say what I need to say on here. George, for example, says what he needs to say on his, and big up. We done a stream with Johnny yesterday, which was absolutely incredible. Johnny says what he needs to say on his. If Batiste says what he needs to say on his. Nini says what he needs to say on his. If everyone, that's just YouTube. Then we go to X. Then we go to TikTok. Then we go to Instagram. If everyone collectively on their own individual platform, account, and channel just said the truth, collectively, the impressions that would accumulate, I swear, could go into the millions. 2, 3, 4 million, easy. Easy. Collectively, everybody saying it just how it needs to be said on their own individual platform, that's all that needs to happen. That's it. So if we want to maximize, now's the time. Just say the truth. Say what needs to be said. Speak what is happening. It's simple as that. Without any fear or anything, any reason to be scared of any consequences, or I might lose this, or I might lose that, or I'm not gonna have that, or but yeah, and what? You got a roof over your head, right? You got yourself sorted, right? You're healthy, right? You got food. You're good. You're good to go. That's all that really matters. Do what's right. And the rest will come later. The rest will come later. And it will come tenfold. Simple as that. So let me know your thoughts down below. I'll catch all of you tomorrow for a brand new one. Oh, and by the way, cherry on the cake, just to let you guys know, Chelsea are now 6th. I'll see you a lot later. Subscribe, notification bell on. Take care, and peace.